watching the Big 12 Conference on ABC. You know, there are several elements that come together to catalyze the atmosphere here at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. Now, to capture what's behind the show, we send it down to Robert Griffin III and Quinn Kessner. Guys, what's up?
Mark, I know this guy all too well, and he is always ready to deliver justice on the field, Texas Longhorn style. He's been doing it since 1916. His name is Bevo. Long may he reign.
Hook 'em horns. The hand signal meant to imitate the head and horns of the mascot, the Longhorn Bevo. Part rallying cry, part unification gesture. This Longhorn hand signal, one of the most recognizable in sport. You're looking at Big Bertha, massive bass drum for the Longhorn band, 8 feet in diameter, 500 pounds. Star of the pregame show. They bang on that drum after touchdowns. Big Bertha is a cultural icon. Burnt orange. Originally, Texas colors were white and gold. Well, they settled on burnt orange. That is a color derived from the region, the red dirt, the steer's hide. Color is vibration and energy. There is history in burnt orange.
Guys, they've been lighting up Smokey the Cannon since 1953. Fired at kickoff, after every score, and at the end of every quarter. Trust me, guys, everything is bigger in Texas. From Longhorn steers to cannons like this one. It takes a 3 to know a 3. Smokey 3. Let them hear ya.
And we are ready for the kick. So many great traditions here as part of college football. Cyclones receiving the opening kick. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. We'll see whose cannon is loaded with more ordnance today. As we go 1st and 10, starting with that guy, Hunter Deckers, who's completing 67% of his passes on the season at the starting quarterback spot. 11 touchdown passes on the year versus 6 interceptions. Those picks have been bothersome and troublesome this year. 1st down and 10. Brock in the backfield beside him. And they've got the leading receiver in the nation, folks, and Xavier Hutchinson, number 8. Keep an eye on him. Noel in motion to the top of your screen. Deckers, the lefty, sets. Trying to use his legs, and he's brought down for a gain of about 2 on the play by Sorrell. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Cyclones, and those big guys up front, including Coburn and Sweat, are going to be 2 keys for Texas, getting some thrust up front. Silas in the ball game, number 22 at tailback. Noel sets into the boundary and wide receiver. Little 2-by-1 for the Cyclones. That one batted down, and we got a flag down first. As Ryan Watts was coming off the corner.
Prior to the ball being snapped, false start, number 13, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Redo 2nd down again. Steve Sarkisian, the head coach in his 2nd season on the sidelines here at the University of Texas. When I asked him why this game is so vitally important, he said, we can't afford a loss. We need a win today to reinforce the culture that we're building and to see just how well we can handle success. Noel in motion. They hand it off to Silas on 2nd down, and Silas gets back to the 25-yard line. We'll set up 3rd down and about 10 to go. Matt Campbell, meanwhile, on the sidelines, the head coach of the Cyclones. 3-3 coming into this game. 7-6 a season ago, but folks, keep in mind, those 3 losses this season by Iowa State were by a total of just 11 points. So it has been a theme of near misses. Iowa State has won 3 consecutive games against Texas. Brock in the backfield on 3rd and 10. Deckers gives it to his back, Brock, and Brock is going to be stopped up at about the 28-yard line. Tucker Dorsey making the tackle on the gain of 3. And Iowa State will have to punt. A quick 3 and out. So in comes Tyler Perkins in Norwalk, Ohio, averaging almost 45 yards per punt. And Xavier Worthy, one of their most dangerous offensive weapons, back for his punt. They block it. They get to it. Slipped and swarmed and scooped. Loose. It'll be 1st and 10 Longhorns from Iowa State's 21. They almost had an opportunity for a scoop and score, but they'll take this nonetheless. Great penetration and pressure to get to the punt.
Yeah, you're going to see him come off the edge, and what a great job diving out to go get the football. When you're at home and you need your special teams to make a play early, that's how you do it.
B.J. Allen Jr. knifing through. And then the block. Keelan Robinson was the one that got to the punter. 1st and 10. Let's see if they take a shot right away off the block. Going to hand it off, and no gain on the play by Bijan Robinson, stopped up by Isaiah Lee. Quinn Ewers is starting quarterback, returning from that injury that he suffered earlier this season, completing 69% of his passes, 6 touchdown tosses on the year, and he throws it incomplete, intended to the tight end, Jatavion Sanders, as my partner Robert Griffin III hustles and covers ground like no other color analyst in the business, back in the booth with me now, not even breaking a sweat, which is saying a lot in this insufferable 85-degree Austin heat today. Robert, you were magnificent with your co-star Bevo down there. Does that mean you're going to just push me to the side now?
Oh, no, you are the best in the business. It's a blessing to work with you, and that was a really fun open.
Johnson in the backfield, 3rd and 10. Ewers over the middle, flicks it, and good open field tackling, which has been a trademark of the Cyclone defense. TJ Tampa with the stop on Worthy. Mark Jones alongside Robert Griffin III. Hey, I was waiting for you to pull that cannon, man. You couldn't go quickly enough.
Oh, man, that was a lot of fun.
Texas on its opening drive can attempt the field goal. What's the key for them? What do you see so far?
Yeah, well, obviously you have to capitalize off of turnovers. Turnovers only matter if you score off of them.
Right.
So they got a big one there from their special teams. They're going to come away with points, but they would love to have gotten 7 there.
And the field goal up and wide. He pulled it. Brett Auburn now 10 of 14 on the season. Missed one last week, too. So they see an opportunity. Fall by the wayside. Back with more right after this.
Somebody hit the light camera, let me improvise. Can I get a hallelujah?
Welcome back, everyone, to Austin. Hey, there are 2 ABC college football games we're featuring today. Number 8, Oklahoma State taking on number 13, TCU, 3:30 Eastern time. And in our Saturday night football game presented by Capital One, number 4, Clemson, 6-0. They'll be in Tallahassee taking on the Seminoles. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. While the colorful Pat McAfee and his crew highlight our ESPN2 telecast. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones, their 2nd possession of the game. Wow, what an escape job by Deckers to complete the pass. And a big-time hit on Hutchinson by Overshawn. Robert, we alluded to your keys earlier. Let's take a look at them.
Yeah, when you talk about finding your X, both offenses need to use their Xaviers as playmakers and decoys today to open up other guys. We'll get to the rest of them after this play.
There's Deckers using his legs again. We've seen that a couple of times already here. Early sets up a 3rd down and short.
And that sets up the next key. Deck the halls. Hunter Decker has to have a big day, protect the football, and use his legs to give this offense a spark. And then triumvirate. Texas has 3 running backs that can start nearly anywhere in the country. They have to get them going early. And if you're Iowa State, you have to do everything to take them away and make this Texas offense one-dimensional.
Let that word, Robert Griffin, triumvirate. See what that big 3 gets done in the backfield for Texas today. 3rd down and 2 for the Cyclones, meanwhile. They're going to hand it off. Silas is going to be a little bit short, setting up a very interesting and intriguing 4th and about a foot to go. Jalen Ford made the tackle. There's a look at Coach Wells. Ogofu knifed in there to make the first hit, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Do you like the call here, Robert?
I don't. Why? I don't like the call. Look at the score, man. It's 0-0. Punt the ball. You got the best defense in the Big 12. Let them go out there and shut down Texas. But hey, Matt Campbell believes in his offense right here, and they're going to do it.
Putting a lot of equity in what he thinks about them. Iowa State 8 of 12 on 4th down this season. And the play clock runs out.
You live game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Hey, they were going to go for the banana in the tailpipe.
Hey,
They're trying to draw him offside.
I can peep game, Matt Campbell. You get up there to the ball, you try to make them think you're snapping it.
Yeah, buddy.
But wow, look at that. They had a punt blocked on the first drive, got a missed field goal by Texas, and now we got another punt. So these defenses are really showing up early and often.
Worthy back deep, that's him. Perched at his own 37. This time better protection for Perkins. And a fair catch called to the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for Quinn Ewers on the 2nd offensive possession for the University of Texas after that 34-yard punt.
College football on ABC is presented by Arby's. Arby's, we have the meats. And in part by Ally. Find out how you can make more money at ally.com/getpaid.
Wow, that's interesting. Legend has it that if you spot that albino squirrel on your way to an exam here, you'll get an A.
Oh, really?
I'd have kept that bad boy in my pocket all semester.
Hey, Mark, they better study, because you ain't going to see that albino squirrel.
I'm betting on him. Single back set this time for the Longhorns from their own 41-yard line. Ewers. Great pass complete to the 35 to number 8, Xavier Worthy. Team's 2nd leading receiver.
And I just love the calm right there by Quinn Ewers. Little bobble of the snap, didn't panic. Hits the deep cross across the field to Xavier Worthy. Look at him in the pocket. Calm feet, beautiful delivery. Nice catch by Xavier Worthy. They love deep crosses and 3-level throws. Be on the lookout for those all day long.
Whittington in motion. They hand it off to Robinson, who's tripped up right away by M.J. Anderson. Great tackle there on a back who comes into this game with 4 consecutive 100-yard rushing games. Anderson in on the tackle. Number 3, maybe the 2nd best pass rusher for that number 1 rated defense in the conference from Iowa State.
Yes, he is. And defensive coordinator John Haycock told us that 1st and 2nd down defense was going to be important. If you can get them to go into 2nd and 14s, you're winning those downs.
Ewers delivers another strike at the 20-yard line. And another 1st down, this time to Whittington, but there's a flag down on the play.
Holding. Number 76. Offense. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
This one's going to come back. That offensive line's going to have to hold up. There's 2 freshmen on that offensive line.
Yeah, it's Hayden Connor right here. You see him trying to protect his quarterback. Listen, I don't mind that holding call.
Yeah, you would.
Right? I want them to protect Quinn Ewers as bad as possible. We know that this guy got hurt against Alabama, so I'm sure the coaches are upset because that puts them behind the ball right now. But at the end of the day, you got to do everything you can to protect the quarterback. Next time, just shuffle your feet, big fella.
8 minutes to go. They move the ball all the way back to the 49 after that sack. Ewers looked like they wanted to set up the screen. He threw it down, but he threw it behind backwards. It was a lateral almost. That was was a loose ball. In throwing it away, or at least trying to attempt to throw it away, Robert, it appeared it was a lateral here. Let's take a look.
Ruling on the field is the quarterback threw a backwards pass. It was recovered by the offense. It's third down.
Ooh, boy, did he get lucky right there.
Danger.
You know, he hasn't played that many games, so I understand he's trying to throw the football away near an eligible receiver, but if the eligible receiver is behind you, brother, you can't throw it there. Good job, get back on top of it.
Had a momentary brain freeze there. 7:10 to go. Ewers, little draw play. This is to Johnson, and Rashawn Johnson gains about 4. For more on Ewers, let's go to Q.
Yeah, unflappable, almost to a fault right there. Sort of nonchalant on that last play. And today is about him handling success. You know, after being injured, coming back last week, putting up the big numbers against Oklahoma. In terms of his accuracy, on target right now. But again, you see a nonchalant, so relaxed, so casual. He is confident, he's a great teammate, and he's got a certain aura, but he's got to snap into it.
Interesting, Coach Sarkisian compared him to a guy that he coached, Matt Leinart, back in the day. In the poise department, as this punt dribbles all the way down to the 15-yard line. Cyclones will be 85 yards away after that 46-yard boot. That signature mullet. And one of the coolest customers at QB in the country, Quinn Ewers. Mullets everywhere. I grow one myself. They call it a shag, though, Robert.
They call it a shag.
Kevin, Boog, and Dan in studio time now for our AT&T 5G studio update to Norman. Defense still on the bus here, Dan. Jason Bean.
I love what he picked up from last week as a backup quarterback. He's not afraid to wing the ball down the field.
All right, Kansas ties it up. And then we got an Oklahoma side with the offense.
Yeah, Lou Wildcat pushed it downhill.
We didn't see that against Texas last week. It's 14-7, Mark.
All right, back here, Xavier Hutchinson, a.k.a. X-Man, with his second reception of the ball game. That's his 32nd consecutive game, the reception. Picked up 16. First down and 10 from the 32. Decker's over the middle in traffic. What a catch! And hang on by Jalen Knoll. He got rocked, but still hung on.
That's the kind of receiver I want on my team. Obviously, quarterback don't throw him into that, but what a catch.
Taff with a big hit. Decker is going fast, and another completion to his trusty receiver, Hutchinson again. He beat Watts.
Here's that last catch by Jalen Knoll. Oh, look at that. Got sandwiched between two Longhorns, but he made it.
Cyclones moving the football on the ground this time. A gain of 3 by Katavius Norton. And Hutchinson, not a good sign. He's limping. His left leg favoring. And
yeah, you definitely don't want to see that from one of the best players in the country, especially one of the best players in the Big 12. Praying he's all good.
Yeah, putting his hand on his left knee. 2nd and 8. Who steps up now? Jalen Knoll is their next best receiver in terms of catches. Loose ball. They put it on the ground, and it goes all the way back to the 35-yard line. But yeah, Robert, there's a huge drop-off in receptions when you look at Hutchinson and then the next guy.
Yeah, there is, and I said it in the keys. Find your X. Xavier Hutchinson is their end-all, be-all, and they like to play small ball. He's got 57 catches for 604 yards, which tells you he's just moving the chains periodically throughout the game.
Snap infraction. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Gonna move it back to the 35. He's still on the sidelines, Hutchinson. There it is. Noel has 30 and Stanley 14.
Yeah, and if you looked at the targets, I'm probably sure it's somewhere in the 70 to 80 range for Hutchinson, and the next closest guy is in the 40s. They really key everything through him, whereas in the past they had Brock Purdy and Breece Hall and tight ends to throw the ball to. Their tight ends this year right now, their top 2 have a combined 9 catches.
Iowa State takes their first charge time out of the half. 30 seconds in late.
Matt Wells decides he wants to talk things over. Let's go down to Q.
Xavier Hutchinson came off the field, and the training staff looked at his left knee. You know, he's got one of those knee sleeves on that left knee. You can see it. It's under his football pant and under his sock. So obviously there's something existing going on with that knee. But I expect to see him back on the field now for second and third down. He looks like he's been cleared and he's fine. This is a young man. You watch him on tape, man, he is tough. He is willing to go across the middle. He's an old school receiver. Jacksonville, Florida, went to JUCO, didn't play much as a freshman. You talk about a guy who's self-made, who started at the bottom and now is at the top, didn't have that silver spoon, and he has capitalized on every opportunity. He's coming off once again, so it appears as if they're going to rest him this series.
Great report, Q. He's made 3 catches for 37 yards. Sitting this one out on second and 13. Silas cuts it back, and then between the tackles, he'll pick up about 4 on the play. Tucker Dorsey making the tackle for the Longhorns. Battle of X's today.
The X-Men. These two guys are two of the best in the country. Whichever one of them has the better day, I believe, is their team is going to win. I want to throw the ball to these guys. You see Xavier Hutchinson coming back in the game on 3rd and 9. And who else are they going to try to get the ball to but him?
He's part of that bunch formation. Deckers delivers, complete for the first down. It's Stanley, the 3rd leading receiver on the team. And he moves the sticks, first down and 10 after that 11-yard catch.
And you know, we talked to offensive coordinator Tom Manning for Iowa State, and he said Xavier Hutchinson's the guy on 3rd down. But we're going to use him to open up everybody else. And right there, Dimitri Stanley, Johnny on the spot, making the play because everyone else was focused on Xavier Hutchinson, including myself.
Hutchinson came out of the ball game just now, too, partner. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cyclones driving. This is Noel, and he couldn't make the catch. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Now imagine if you're Matt Campbell and you're sitting here coming into the season, you lose your most decorated quarterback in your school's history. You lose the most decorated running back. And now Xavier Hutchinson seems to be in and out of the lineup because he's dealing with some type of leg injury. Who do you go to next? That's why Hunter Deckers has to step up today and show all of Cyclone Nation that he's a guy that they can truly put the load on his back.
They also lost a tight end in Kohler, who's with the Ravens right now. He's going to run it himself. Deckers gets close to the first down. He's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Ryan Watts making the tackle. Yeah, Hunter Deckers waited his turn. Waited 2 years behind, as you mentioned, the most accomplished quarterback in Iowa State history. 8-yard run that time. He's 6 of 7 passing and eating up a lot of clock. Under 3 minutes to go. When Matt Campbell called that timeout, and his team really seemed to settle down.
Offside with contact, number 99, defense. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
That's going to go against Coburn. Yeah, Matt Campbell has taken his team to 5 straight bowl games and threatening here. Another look at the penalty. DeAndre Coburn. And his dad and a bunch of people come to the game today. We had a great visit with him yesterday. Yeah, as a pair.
Yeah, him and Tavondre Sweat are hilarious as a pair. About 700 pounds of beef on the inside there.
And we got another whistle. Matt Campbell calls his 2nd time out here.
Prior to the play clock expiring, Iowa State takes their 2nd charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds in length.
So now let me show you guys what they did on that bunch play. You're going to see Xavier Hutchinson's going to run a corner. They're going to run a short out and a little bit of a deeper out route to flood the top zone of your screen. What it does is it gets this guy to bite here. The safety's eyeing Hutchinson, and then Dimitri Stanley has leverage against the corner who's inside out on him. That's beautiful play calling right there by offensive coordinator Tom Manning, and also using Xavier Hutchinson as a decoy to distract everybody from where they really want to go.
Yeah, he's got so much gravity to him when he's on the field, even if he's not catching a pass. Out of Blinn Junior College, missed his first 5 games at Blinn. But Coach Campbell believed in him so much that he offered him anyway, just off of his practice performances and his tape.
A little bit of a late sub by the Cyclones, so the referees have to honor that. Here we go.
All right, Q. They're going to hand it off between the tackles. Nowhere to go for Norton. Good to see Norton back if you're a Cyclone booster, because he had 3 carries in game 1 before injuring his hamstring and sitting out a bunch of time. But he's a guy that we should see get a few touches here. 10th play of the drive coming up for Iowa State, 2nd and goal. What do you like as a play call here, partner?
Yeah, I mean, if Xavier Hutchinson's in the game, I like throwing the ball to him. That's for dang sure. But their tight ends have been crucial down here, having 3 touchdown catches this season, so look for them as well.
Hutchinson at the bottom of your screen. They run it. Nowhere to go. That defensive front with Coburn and Sweat impenetrable as Ryan Watts in on the tackle as well.
And you know who that is? Ryan Watts. That's a cornerback getting in there, getting involved in the running game.
What's he doing in there?
Hey, we talked to the coaches and they told us, hey, Pete Kwiatkowski said, this defense is playing harder, tougher, smarter than they ever have. And that's an example right there when you got one of your corners at 6'3", 206 getting in the running game.
He's matched up against Hutchinson right now, the top of your screen. There it is. 3rd and goal. Fires. Touchdown, Cyclones. No. An impressive drive by Iowa State, as Jalen Knoll makes the catch with nobody near him to quiet the near capacity crowd here. That's his first touchdown catch of the year, the first of his career.
Just a beautiful play design there. They gave the quarterback pre-snap motion so you knew if it was man or zone, and then they lost Knoll in the coverage. Can't wait to show you guys that.
Hunter Deckers, meanwhile, with his 12th touchdown pass of the season, 15th of his career.
Yeah, as you see him go here in motion, Decker's literally staring at him the whole time. I guess Christmas came early, huh?
Hey, no.
He's just staring at him, and if you're the linebacker there, overshown, you got to react to the quarterback's eyes. He's telling you where he wants to throw the football, but they didn't. Hunter Decker hits the bullseye.
He was impressive on that drive. Came to Iowa State's camp as a high schooler. The Cyclones already had a couple of quarterbacks committed, but he was so lights out and impressive during that camp that they had to shuffle the deck a little bit and offer Deckers a ride, in which he gleefully accepted. There's a look at the numbers: 11 plays, 84 yards, capped by the touchdown. And keep in mind that Texas was a very strong favorite coming into this football game, although they had lost 3 consecutive contests to Iowa State. Yeah. Does this do anything to Texas's mentality right now? I think it's too early still.
I don't think it's too early. I think for them, they have to understand that they can't keep stubbing their toe against opponents that people believe they should beat.
Little squib kick. Rolls all the way down to the 16, where it's fielded by Robinson. Keelan Robinson brought down at the 28-yard line. Let's go back to the studio.
Week 7 early window on the family of networks over on ESPN. Ole Miss just scored, so it's 7-0 against Auburn. Kansas, Oklahoma on ESPN2. We're still in the first quarter, and we have 28 points, 4 touchdowns. Old Dominion striking first 7-0 against Coastal over on ESPNU. ESPN Plus, that's just the game you got to keep an eye on considering what the Canes have gone through. 7-0 against Virginia Tech. Back to Mark, RG3 and Q.
Texas with a football first down and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Bijan Robinson on the carry. And a nice gain of about 8. And now for today's Half-Life Trivia question. Today marks Steve Sarkisian's 100th game as a collegiate head coach. Who was his first game against? So first you got to remember where he started. Okay, got that one. So that narrows it down to the teams in conference. 2nd and 3. Ewers. Caught. Big time catch by the tight end Sanders, Jatavion Sanders. He's an imposing target. 18 yards on the game.
Oh, yeah. 6'4", 242. He looks like a power forward out there, and he runs like a wide receiver.
Ewers gets away. What a catch by Robinson. But he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage by McLaughlin. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play.
This is the end of the first quarter.
With the lead, those Texas players looking at the eyes inside those helmets, they'll tell you to a man, they remember getting disrespected, being sunned by the Cyclones last year, talking about, you guys are 5-star? Back after this.
Down here on the field, and D-line coach Bo Davis coaching him up in a sweatshirt today. It was a year ago when Coach Davis lost to
Quinn having a few technical difficulties with his microphone. We'll get that squared away for you. Get back to him in a moment. Starting the second quarter, Robinson elusive and down to the 45-yard line. Brought down by Johnson and Jackson. A couple of defensive backs for the Cyclones. The Cyclones in that 3-3-5 defensive formation, Robert. After this play, I want you to break that down a little bit for me and how it impacts what Texas might do at the other end. 3rd and 7 coming up. Here's Johnson this time, and Johnson short of the 40. Hey, big time stop. 4th down coming up as the Cyclones defense impenetrable once again. And interesting to see if maybe Texas goes for it.
Yeah, usually when they get past the 50-yard line, that's when they get ultra aggressive. When we talk to offensive coordinator Kyle Flood, and of course Steve Sarkisian, who calls the plays, that's what they said they were going to do. And right now, down 7-0, 4th and 3 with all these offensive weapons, I don't blame them in this situation for going for it.
They're 5 of 6 on 4th down this year. Bijan Robinson in the backfield. Little trips left formation. Ewers taking a shot deep, got a man, and misfires badly. Had Casey Kane open, threw it behind him and over the other shoulder.
Oh, my Lord. Quinn Ewers, you can't miss the layup, buddy. They go man across the board, and you see the receiver. He had so much time to adjust to that. He turned around and then saw that the ball was a few yards short on the outside. It's 4th and 3. They're pressuring. They're showing that they're going to come up and play man-to-man coverage. Casey Kane has been making plays all year when the ball happens to come to him. He's got 4 catches for 93 yards. But right there, Quinn Ewers just busted the layup.
So the Cyclones take over on downs from their own 40-yard line. Little receiver screen to the edge and a nice gain to Knoll as we go down to Q again.
Yeah, guys, I was mentioning that story about Bo Davis leaving that Iowa State loss last year. Delivered a tirade, a rant on the team bus that was caught and went viral. The result a year later is that their culture has taken a dramatic step forward. 20 players left the program. That was kind of a moment, a light bulb moment for many players on this roster to increase their buy-in, to increase their effort.
Decker's passes open at the 40 and all the way down to the 32. It's Hanukkah, the tight end. And they're going with tempo again, another 21-yard gain, and we have an injured player. That's Ryan Watts, the cornerback.
Timeout on the field for an injured player.
Yeah, Q was talking about Coach Davis. It was a profanity-laced speech, an impassioned one. And it flushed out those that weren't here to buy in anymore. It made a lot of people sweat. Back with more after this. Back in Austin, good to see Ryan Watts able to walk off the field under his own power. Seemed to hurt his shoulder on this play a moment ago, right there.
Oh. Yeah, you see it right there. Deshaun Hanukkah hits him. The shoulder goes out. It looks like he crumbles down to the ground. We saw him up, so we hope he's okay, but Austin Jordan is now in the game, taking his place.
Hey, Deckers is 9 of 10 so far. This time elects to hand it off. Silas trying to bounce it outside into the boundary. He's going to gain about a yard on the play. Jaron Thompson making the tackle for Texas. Now with Ryan Watts out of the game, do you take a shot going at his backup a little bit?
Yes. 100%. Anytime you see a guy come out of the game and the backup has to go in, you know he's not acclimated to the climate of the game. So take a shot at him if you have the right guy. And right now, he's lined up in the slot right here, Jalen Knoll.
Hutchinson to the top of your screen. Deckers to Hutchinson. Pardon me, that's Stanley now. Gain of about 4 on the play. Well, let's answer the Adler trivia question. Today marks Steve Sarkisian's 100th game as a collegiate head coach. His first game was against, drumroll please, LSU. Oh, as Washington's head coach.
You're saying he knows how to tame those Tigers, huh?
Hey now. Looking at a 3rd down and 5. Hutchinson is matched up against Jordan here. But they look the other way. Pass complete, but it's going to be a little bit short. And there's a flag down as well. Stanley makes another catch. I like the way Deckers is moving around. That was one of your keys to the game, Robert.
Yes, he's moving and grooving. He's not sticking in the pocket too long. You know, when we talked to their offensive coordinator, Tom Manning, he said that Brock Purdy used to get out of the pocket too fast. So maybe some of that went back on Deckers thinking, I don't need to get out of the pocket at all. But they want him to run more, and so far early in this game, he's doing it.
Offside, lined up in the neutral zone. Number 5, defense. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Hey, out of the pocket ain't the same as out of pocket. Right?
There you go. It's not the same. We got to culturize them. But you see here, lefty going left, making a throw on the run. Demetri Stanley is stepping up today. I just love what Hunter Deckers is doing right now. He is not hurting his team. He's not throwing the ball to the other team. And he's just being efficient, taking what this Texas defense is giving him. And when you hold the ball as long as they have time of possession today, this is shortening the game, keeping that explosive Texas offense off the field.
Matt Campbell, head coach of the Iowa State Cyclones, has to love what he's seen so far. Campbell sees his tailback Silas gain about 3 down to the 20-yard line. Tale of a couple of quarterbacks today. One guy's a 4-star, the other guy's a 5-star.
You tell us which one it is. Right now, Quinn Ewers hasn't really had an opportunity to get much going down the field. You saw him miss the wide open guy earlier. But man, Hunter Deckers, maybe he came in here saying, hey, I want to show people that I can play this game. All this hype should be about me, not the other guy.
Hutchinson, part of the bunch formation at the top of the screen. They get it to him right away. Hutchinson, with strong, determined running, picks up another first down. Two-time first-team All-Big 12, and showing you exactly why. 9-yard gain. Spotted out of bounds just outside the 10. Deckers keeps it himself and plows his way down to the 3-yard line. A go-for with the tackle.
Yeah, just a nice screen to the top to Hutchinson. And what does he do? Find two, split two, and then let the third one know that he ain't going to tackle you either.
2nd and 3. Silas brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Great move. 9:30 to go. Someone's making the tackle. Loss of 3. 3rd and 6.
Timeout on the field for an injured player.
You got a player shaken up down on the field. 3rd and 6 is what we're looking at, Robert. Let's go downstairs to Quinn.
That was Trevor Downing, the center. 52, the center, he was vomiting on the field, and the official sent him back into the sideline. So I believe you'll have a new center right now for the Cyclones.
Yeah, guys, that Texas heat is something different. They're having to activate themselves on the fly.
Out of the shotgun, keep an eye on the snap, gets it cleanly back to Deckers. Texas's defense comes up with a huge play. Jalen Ford. Those are the interceptions that have been so costly for the Cyclones over the start of the season here.
Especially in the red zone. You see Hunter Deckers, he makes the throw, but he just seems like he didn't see Jalen Ford. Jalen Ford going up there catching that ball looked like a tight end himself. Yeah. And this Texas team, the whole team needed a spark, and that's why they went to Ford.
That's the Longhorns' 5th interception of the season. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. For Quinn Ewers, felt like we haven't seen him in a long time. You talked about the prolonged drives by the Cyclones. Here's Robinson with nowhere to go. Picks up a long 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, and you're going to see Deshaun Haneke's going to run a post to the back of the end zone, but watch this guy right here. That's Jalen Ford. He just moves with the quarterback's eyes. Remember on the last touchdown, Hunter Deckers stared down the wide receiver, Jalen Knoll. Right there, he stares down his receiver, Deshaun Haneke, and Jalen Ford does what Overshown should have. He followed his eyes, and he made the play.
2nd down and 8. Robinson in the backfield. Ewers overshoots his intended receiver, Kane. That's twice this afternoon that he and his receiver have been on different frequencies.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers is a little off right now, and if you actually watch this Iowa State defense, they're not biting on any run fakes right now. That's why Ewers had to lift the ball there over the coverage, because when he's putting the ball into the belly of Bijan Robinson and Roschon Johnson, these linebackers aren't stepping up. Texas has to get to running the football, because that is the catalyst for their entire offense. They're very balanced.
What's the 3-3-5 formation make you do?
Texas takes their first charge, timeout of the half. Timeout on the field.
Robert Griffin III is going to answer that on the other side. 8:24 to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout.
College football presented by Arby's on ABC is brought to you by Goodyear. Discover the possibilities. Goodyear, more driven. And Burger King, your Whopper, your way, you rule.
Some of the legends that have come through the halls here at Texas. And Earl Campbell, unbelievable. Tommy Nobis, Kenneth Sims as well. Tyler Rose. Took like 80 guys to tackle him.
Oh, Campbell?
I remember him on Monday Night Football back in the day, man. Just carrying guys into the end zone. Tear away jerseys.
That man.
He had shoulder pads only when he got into the end zone.
Yeah.
That's all there was left.
Nobody could take him down. And blessed to have met him before in my life, and he was a great man.
Texas's offense facing that 3-3-5 formation. Right now, unable to get it untracked offensively. Lewis took a hit, got it away, complete to his tight end Sanders. But there's a flag down on the play. Big-time pressure coming from McLaughlin. 13-yard gain if it stands.
Oh, yeah.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 23, defense, driving the quarterback into the ground. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I didn't know Barron hit Tom Brady.
Oh, he got his uniform dirty.
Oh, my goodness.
The hit was
McLaughlin, yeah.
Wow, driving him into the ground.
Wow.
Taking a deep shot, see if he connects into traffic. Almost intercepted by Johnson Jr., who had the best shot at it. It was intended for Worthy. And a long incompletion makes it 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, guys, I'll tell you, that wasn't the greatest throw by Quinn Ewers. But that contact down the field on Xavier Worthy, you can't tell me that's not pass interference. This guy is holding them the entire time as they're running down the field. If you're going to throw a flag for roughing the passer on Will McLaughlin right there for driving him to the ground, then you have to throw the flag right there for pass interference.
2nd and 10, Robinson. Where's that number 5? Because he grew up watching and being inspired by Reggie Bush.
Oh, you see that right there. Grabs that right shoulder and pulls back. That definitely, I'm with you, Quinn Ewers. That was worthy of a flag.
Might have been 3rd down instead and 7 to go. On the Cyclone side of midfield. Ewers gets it out quickly, got a little bit of room on the edge. Whittington inside the 25 to move the chains.
And there's Jordan Whittington showing you his run after the catch ability. He's a former high school running back. They call him the junkyard dog because he does all the dirty work. And it's things like that on 3rd down that make him so valuable to this offense. While Xavier Worthy's running deep down the field, Whittington is making sure they move the chains.
22-yard gain. They're going to run it. Robinson spinning down to the 18-yard line. You know, interesting, back to Jordan Whittington, who made that 22-yard catch and run a moment ago. Yesterday, when we were meeting with his teammate, Xavier Worthy, he walked into the meeting room and introduced himself very cordially, said, hey, just wanted to say hello to you all. Really engaging young man and looking forward to this game. Looking for a little bit of atonement like the rest of the Longhorns. 3-yard pickup on that play by Bijan Robinson. Bijan as in Dijon, but no heat or mustard yet from this Texas offense, Robert.
No, not at all. But let's get back to Jordan Whittington one more time. You know he really came into that meeting because he wanted to meet you.
Oh, no,
that's
no,
what it was. He heard Mark Jones was in the building. He had to go shake his hand.
Young King looking good so far. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Ninth play of the drive, little play action into the end zone.
Beautiful play design there by Steve Sarkisian. Play action pass, getting the quarterback to turn his back to the defense, hiding the football, and then what do? They go to their X. They found him. Johnny on the spot, goes up, high points the ball, secures the catch, and he tells the DB afterwards, hey, man, don't hold me next time.
caps the drive of 80 yards, eclipsing a little over 3 minutes on the clock. Talked about the fact that the Longhorns come in highly motivated for this game. Ewers actually 7 touchdown passes of the season. They remember some of the chatter, some of the smack talk, some of the jaw-jacking that went on last year. Worthy, 165 pounds, but he got a little bit of flex on him.
He was trying to flex. I don't know if you can flex when you're that small.
This season, Allstate will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate.
Mark, what's the best nation?
A donation.
Yes,
you know, you got that. Tried to sneak me on that one, huh? Noel on the return. Big time hit. Man, that's some smoke from Johnson. Let's go back to the studio.
Mark, let's go to ESPN. Let's go to the Grove, and that is Ole Miss in this offense. Jackson Dart has completed 5 passes, 2 touchdowns, Boog.
Yeah, love the play action there. Safety bit up wide open, easy touchdown.
And then it's Zach Evans' turn, Dan.
Well, when you can run the ball and the play action opens wide off the quarterback fake right there, great play on the wheel.
21-7 right now. Ole Miss leading Auburn. Back to you, Mark.
All right, tied at 7 here, 5:42 to go in the opening half. One of the big storylines prevailing so far in this game has been the efficiency up until that last interception of this guy, Deckers. Incomplete, intended for Noel. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That right there, Jalen Noel's got to make that catch. Okay, it wasn't that high and it wasn't that far behind him. Now, Hunter Deckers, if he's watching the film, he'll say, hey, I can give him a better football.
Right.
But if you touch that ball right there, you have to have the body control and wherewithal to slow down a little bit and make that catch for your quarterback, especially when Texas now has the momentum after they scored a touchdown on the last drive.
Deckers now 11 of 14, 117 yards. Yeah, I think he's got to catch that one, too. Wow. 3rd and long coming up, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, no doubt about this. He's got to make that catch. And what I really need him to do is to just clear both of those drops. Clear him to move on to the next play. Because with Xavier Hutchinson having been in and out of the lineup because of that injury to his leg earlier, they're going to need Jalen Noel to really make plays for them. So he's got to get those dropsies out of his mind and try to make a play for them here on 3rd and 10.
Matt Campbell sees him go to the sidelines. Deckers complete for the 1st down. Nice catch by Xavier Hutchinson. 14-yard gain to move the chains.
Yes, remember the name because this man's got game. Number 8 right there at the point of the bunch. Shuts it down. Nice catch and radius for him. They love using these bunches to get these guys open.
And they try to hit him again down at the 40-yard line. Incomplete.
Well, you know, Mark, Texas likes to play a lot of man coverage. And because of that, there's going to be opportunities deep down the field. And right there, Xavier Hutchinson actually had the guy beat deep by a lot. Hunter Deckers has to hit that throw. When those opportunities present themselves, you cannot let them slip away.
Hutchinson with 5 catches for 60 yards. They keep it on the ground. Cutback doesn't go anywhere for Jarrell Block, brought down by Jalen Ford. 2-yard gain on the play, so see what Matt Campbell does here. Earlier I said Matt Wells, of course, the former Texas Tech head coach. Got the 2 mixed up. My apologies, 3rd down and 8.
Takes a real man to apologize like that, Mark Thomas. You're a stand-up guy, man.
8,000 words during the course of a 4-hour broadcast. 3rd and 8. Complete, but short of the 1st down to Dimitri Stanley. And in this part of the field, can you risk going for it, Robert?
Once again, I would punt. I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But although that wasn't a conversion on 3rd down, I do like what Tom understanding is doing what Hunter Decker's moving the pocket. He's been sacked 14 times this year. You know, not allowing him to just sit in there and twiddle his thumbs trying to pick apart defenses. Move the pocket, let him use his legs. They're doing a really nice job of keeping the Texas defense off balance.
4th and 2. Texas has blocked a punt today, remember, and gonna have a little procedure.
Number 1, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Oh, he just wanted to make sure it wasn't 4th and short, so that no one could say, hey, why did they go for it there? Let's get this penalty real quick. We'll back it up.
Take the coach off the hook. 5 penalties, 35 yards so far for them. 4th and 7 now for the punter, Tyler Perkins, averaging almost 45 per on the season. A booming spiral all the way back to the 20-yard line. Worthy with the fair catch. Tied at 7. Well, someone's already cooking. More than both these offenses so far. Get a little Dijon on that thing. Now we're talking food. Yeah, I'll take that end cut, Robert.
Farm halftime report just minutes away. Dan Mullen, Booger McFarland, Kevin Nagani. How about the surprising score of the Big House with Penn State?
Yeah, Penn State's defense kept them in the game early as Michigan was moving the ball. Then that defense got a pick 6.
Okay, on the other side, Texas here. 49 points last week. Are you surprised about the offense?
Yeah, struggling a little bit with the running game. They got to stick with it to get Bijan going.
Okay, Oklahoma's now on the other side. It's Iowa State. We will have Oklahoma highlights at the half.
Well, there's Bijan. You guys just alluded to him. Run out of bounds by Anthony Johnson Jr., but a nice gain at 25 yards and a first down. How important that they get this guy established, Robert?
Oh, it's paramount. This guy is the most explosive running back in the country, both running out of the backfield and catching the ball as a wide receiver. Right there, you saw him get a little spicy, but he's got more.
From the 45, first down and 10. 4 consecutive 100-yard rushing games for Robinson. Johnson in the backfield now. And now at midfield, that's the tight end Sanders, and he's going to end up a little bit short of the first down. Pickup of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. Look at Sanders there. Looks like a former basketball player. 6'4", lanky, lean, and lithe. An imposing target. 5 touchdowns on the season. Handoff, boy, great surge up front. Johnson brought down short of the first down. M.J. Anderson, one of the better pass rushers. First one to get there. Hey, coming up this week on Sunday NFL Countdown before their rematch, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes sit down to relive the wildest 13 seconds in NFL history. Plus, the NFL executive who oversees all football operations, including officiating, joins the crew live in studio to examine the roughing the passer penalty. Kick off your Sunday with NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but chuckle about that Tom Brady roughing the passer call. This complete to Robinson. Brought down. Good for the first down, though.
No doubt about it, Mark. It's supposed to be tackle football when you're talking about that roughing call. There's so many protections for the quarterback in today's game in the NFL specifically, and you can't just tell defensive guys, hey, you got to tuck them in when you lay them on the ground and give them a pillow in order for it not to be a penalty.
I used to see Cam Newton get drilled excessively with no flags. Under 1.5 to go. Ewers hands it off. Robinson. Folks, that's why he's got a name, image, and likeness deal for his own brand of mustard. Because, yeah, he's got some heat and spice to his game. Robinson on the run. Picks up 7.
Yeah, when you look at this offense, you said it, Mark, it's about balance. They want to run and throw the ball as much as they do the other, and that's what's made them so explosive down the field, especially against Oklahoma. It was that mix of the run and the pass.
had those 3 backs in that time, and they run it to Robinson for another first down. Robert, tell me what they do, the complexities of having those 3 backs and what it gives them offensively.
Yeah, so they love to use Bijan Robinson as a runner and as a pass catcher. But their other guys, Roshan Johnson and Keelan Robinson, can all do the same thing. Putting those 3 backs on the field makes the defense have to keep their linebackers on and not bring in sub packages.
Robinson patiently weaving his way close to the 30-yard line. And now we got a timeout.
Texas takes their second charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds in
to meet with Bijan Robinson. What a young, intelligent, engaging young king. And Robert, tell us about this movie you're showing me.
Yeah, he was talking to me about how when he approaches a defender, he wants to affect them, not just with his arms and his legs, but with his feet, with his eyes, with his head, to make it to where when he gets to them, they have no idea where he is going to go, when he's going to go there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, in that little short area of quickness there, he probably could have shook most of us in this booth. He is very twitchy as an athlete, very hard to tackle, and the greatest thing about him is he's powerful. He's a very powerful runner when he finishes.
I'm going to write an obituary for your ankles. Because he wasn't even warmed up.
I guess you're saying, you know, he's got the sauce?
He had that Iverson crossover move on you.
He's got the mustard. Which
both.
one? He's got both.
Yeah, he's smoky.
He's a very impressive young man and a great player.
They go empty. 5 receivers on this play. Ewers over the middle. There he is to 5 with the catch. And down inside the 5. Robinson makes it 1st and goal.
And
26 yards.
We just talked to you about it. He's not just a runner of the football. How many running backs do you know in the NFL that can make that catch extended out in the middle of the field? I can't name one.
They go quick.
Iowa State takes their 3rd and final charge timeout of the half.
To call his final timeout of the first half. One more look.
Yeah, you see Quinn Ewers makes a nice throw, but it's a little high. Bijan goes up and catches it, and it's not just the catch, guys. It's the fact that he got hit. He got hit on the catch, and then watch this right here. Rides the wave, cut back, does a little hurdle. He probably thought I was out there. That's how he's embarrassing these DBs when they're trying to tackle him.
Averaging over 107 yards per game. That was a similar move to the one he shook you with yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he shook me. My ankles are still in that meeting room.
Boy, a real joy to watch and a real joy as a teammate.
Yeah, now watch. He sets up the offensive line, and then this juke right here. How many guys can make a cut straight down the line like that, switch the ball into the other hand, and get a hurdle? Wow. His first 8 carries today, 27 yards. His last 3, 35. Looks like he's just starting to get spicy.
1st and goal. Ewers on the slant. Touchdown, Texas. Whittington. And he loves him some Bevo.
Right here, you're going to see Jordan Whittington in the slot with a little, sauce on him. That's what happens when you run the ball effectively. Now, when they're putting the ball into the belly of Bijan Robinson, and you see him right there, leave it to Bevo, right? You see, you put the ball into the belly of Bijan Robinson, the linebackers step up, and then Jordan Whittington, jump man, jump man, jump man. That boy up to something.
Man. Let's go to Quinn.
Pre-game, I'm hanging out down in Bevo's pen, and along comes Jordan Whittington. He stands there on the round, starts talking to Bevo. He starts talking. He turns to me and says, I'm going to score a touchdown today and come over and say hi to the big man, Bevo. I've got a certain connection with him, with this Longhorn. He jogs away. I shake my head. I'm like, man, I just didn't see that. Well, we just saw that.
I tell you what, Quint, Robert, when your best friend is a steer, you're different.
You are different.
And this offense starting to look a little different in the 2nd quarter after trailing 7-0.
Hey, Mark, they got the same colored hair.
Hey.
That makes good.
Burnt orange.
Yes, it is.
Whittington 10 toes down with Bevo.
That's some burnt orange chest hair for you right there from my guy with the paint on. You know he's excited. He's ready to go.
13 seconds to go in the first half. Texas looking to snap the 3-game losing streak against Iowa State. From the 2, it's Noel. And Noel run out of bounds shy of the 20-yard line. Well, here are 2 ABC college football games featured tonight. Number 8, Oklahoma State taking on number 13, TCU at 3:30 Eastern. And in our Saturday night football game presented by Capital One, number 4, Clemson. And they'll be taking on Florida State, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. While the colorful Pat McAfee is on ESPN2. Who do you like tonight?
Oh, man, well, DJ Uyunglele is playing well, but my wife went to Florida State, so I'm going to refrain from picking someone because I got to go home after this, okay? And I got to make sure that happy wife, happy life.
I don't want you walking on eggshells, man, so just don't say too much. 1st and 10. Between the tackles, that's Silas, and that's going to be the end of the first half of play. This Texas Longhorn team came in with the odious taste of losing the previous 3 against Iowa State, bent on atonement. And they're halfway there right now. Folks, we'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Welcome back, everyone, to Austin, Texas, and back to college football, presented by Arby's. Folks, you're watching the Big 12 Conference on ABC. Tight game at halftime. Iowa State trailing Texas 14-7, and so many traditions in and around this game. And Robert, they've been intertwined so far.
There's Big Bertha and the drum beat slowly for Texas to start, but not Iowa State. They came out, Hunter Deckers on fire, hitting Jalen North for a touchdown, but then we saw the fireworks. Here's Xavier Worthy on a touchdown catch from Quinn Ewers, and then, of course, Dijon making plays down the field, and Jordan Whittington, Jumpman said, leave it to Bevo, and they're up top, 14-7 right now.
With a name like Jordan, you know he can ball. Ewers, meanwhile, in the first half was 11 of 15, 126 yards, a couple of touchdowns. As we get ready to start the 3rd quarter, he'll be on the field first as Texas, Keelan Robinson right back there to receive this opening kickoff. And Robinson will run it out. So on his feet, Robinson throwing. Tackle with the 42-yard line of Iowa State. But there's a flag down on the play, so hold on. But an electrifying, scintillating return by Robinson.
During the return, holding, number 36, receiving team, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, 1st down.
Take some of the luster off of that great return here.
Oh, right there in the middle of your screen. Got a little hold and then tried to pancake him at the end.
Costly.
I always did like my mama's pancakes in the morning. Saturdays.
Stack them up.
Stack them up.
Some mom does a little bit. Mom, have me over for a little. Get some of them flapjacks.
As long as I'm there, yes.
All right, you can come along too. Here's Robinson. Bijan still on his feet. Took the hit. And picks up 9 yards on some invariable, inexorable running. Bijan Robinson had a strong first half, had that nice catch, and Robert, looking ahead here in the 3rd quarter, how does Texas get off to a good start in this period?
I think you just saw it right there. They continue to stay committed to the running game. It was tough sledding early on, but if they continue to do that, it's only going to open up the play actions on the backside.
Robinson still on his feet. Man, he took a couple of hits, stayed upright, and got all the way out to the 27-yard line. He saw Tavon Kyle come up and said, you better talk to the hand because my feet aren't listening.
Oh, my Lord. Look at this. Oh, kind of lowered the helmet a little bit there. Might want to stay away from that, but this guy is a violent runner. He's not just speed. He's power.
Off the play fake. Wide open at the 47-yard line. Caught by Worthy. Let's go down to Q.
And Steve Sarkisian told me first down run sets up everything. He says they got to remain committed to running the ball on first down, as you just saw with Bijan, and then that opens up the play action. Coach also felt that the Jalen Ford interception in the end zone was the absolute turning point of this game. The game just feels differently. It was almost as if we played two different games, one that Iowa State controlled early and one that the Longhorns dominated in that late second quarter.
Yeah, Q, we'd have to agree with that. Ewers, meanwhile, is connected on his last 7 consecutive passes. They keep it on the ground. This is Rashawn Johnson. Those 3 tailbacks really complement each other extremely well. Actually, 4 deep most of the time. Robinson, Johnson, Keelan Robinson, Jonathan Brooks. They throw a lot of different guys at you. This is going to be Johnson again. He'll pick up the first down. Down to the 36.
Yeah, Mark, here's a triumvirate you're talking about. Not only do they play offense, but they block. They block on extra points in special teams. They tackle. And then they also do this pretty well. They catch the ball and are effective on the offensive side. These guys can do it all, and they're a big reason why Texas is trying to be back.
Sooner rather than later for the faithful followers. Vance making the tackle on Bijan Robinson. Robinson brought down right near that line of scrimmage. Third quarter, historically, they've been pretty good. There's the numbers to back that up.
Yeah, and when you see a team really come out of halftime and have those kind of numbers, 66 points to 13 in the third quarter, it's because they're making great halftime adjustments.
Ewers hands it off. Bijan. Great balance, tremendous strength, and a touchdown saving tackle by Anthony Johnson. Another first down, and the beat goes on for the Longhorns.
Bijan talked about using his eyes to affect the defender. Right there, he looked right, cut left, boom, made that guy miss.
Here he is into the boundary, down the 18-yard line. TJ Tampa forced him out of bounds. Flag down, though.
Yeah, and you're going to see Bijan come through the line of scrimmage, and right there with a nice little jump cut, and then his eyes are here, and he cuts back away from Anthony Johnson. That's how he's making these guys miss him. And right there, I know he wishes he had that one back, because you should never let him tackle you by those shoestring ankle tackles, but they're really feeding him on this drive.
You know, there's elusive, and then there's extreme elusiveness.
Illegal substitution, defense. There were more than 11 players on the field at the snap. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So the 3-3-5 was a 3-3-6.
They tried to go to a 3-3-6. That is a great line. And you're seeing the tempo that Texas is using.
First down.
Really impacting this 3-3-5. They're getting on them in a hurry, running the ball, play action pass, switching it up, making them have to communicate on the fly.
Sanders in motion. The catch complete by Worthy. And Worthy picked up a couple of yards on that. Just under 12 minutes to go, just underway here in the third quarter. Texas with the opening drive of this period, looking to go up a couple of touchdowns. Second down from the 19.
And here's another tempo switch for you, right? They've been going fast. Now they're showing you the huddle, trying to keep that defense off balance.
2nd and 5. Johnson in the backfield. Worthy in motion to the bottom of your screen. Johnson broke the tackle, made one guy miss, and picks up another first down. Picks up 5. Here are the 2 ABC college football games featured tonight. Number 8, Oklahoma State against TCU. Number 13, Saturday night, it's Clemson, Florida State, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Into the boundary, this is Johnson. And Johnson is stopped for a gain of 1. I will get a prediction out of you before it's over.
We will make sure that happens. When you look at these Texas running backs, it's like Bijan Robinson goes out, and who do they bring in? They bring in the battering ram, Rashawn Johnson. And when he goes out, who do they bring in? They bring in the speedster, Keelan Robinson. This is a really, really tough matchup. And this 3-3-5, which is the best defense in the Big 12 with Iowa State, right now they're reeling a little bit. You see the defenders have their hands on their hips. They're not sure if they're going to go fast, huddle, or what. It's keeping them on their toes.
2nd and 9. Off the play fake into the end zone and incomplete. No flag thrown. Intended for Jatavion Sanders. It'll be 3rd down and long. But I want to ask you this. Will McDonald is just a couple of sacks away from the all-time sack lead record.
Yes.
At Iowa State. We haven't said his name a whole lot today.
Yeah, and he's a bona fide NFL guy. You know, Will McDonald, number 9. He's got 3.5 sacks on the season. But it's the combination of committing to the run, not doing pure drop back passes, and the mix-up of tempo that has kept him away from the quarterback.
12th play of the drive for Texas. 3rd and 9. Got to get to the 4. Into the end zone. Incomplete. No flag on the play. Miles Purchase working against Williams. And it's 4th and long. In comes the field goal unit, led by Bert Auburn, who missed one earlier. He missed from 39.
Well, I know the crowd is upset about the outside, but if Quinn Ewers would have just kept his eyes down the middle of the field, he would have saw that Jordan Whittington was wide open for a touchdown. Can't wait to show you guys that after this kick.
From 31 yards out, it's Auburn. And this one is Buell. Drills it through to make it a 10-point advantage for the Burnt Orange.
And you're going to see Jordan Whittington is right there in the slot, and he makes this move, and right there, he's wide open. The Texas, the A and the S, you got to hit him.
Folks, let's take a look at the Taco Bell live Moss student section. Student sections across the country competing to be the Lip Moss student section of the year all season long. And some pretty interesting and compelling scenes coming from the student section.
Oh, the mullets have gone wild.
A lot of them out there. I'll tell you about my Jerry curl someday. Kind of looked like that.
Oh, you had a Jerry?
With the activator, too.
Was it dripping like Dion's?
Wasn't quite as juicy as that.
Gotcha.
Kept it a little tighter.
Gotcha.
1st and 10. Q, what's up?
I had 2 mullets when I was in college. One was like a Brian Bosworth look, and the other was an Angus Young look of AC/DC, their lead singer. Like the shag mullet.
Oh, wow. Oh. Okay, so the truth finally comes out about Q after all this time. Thought I knew the guy.
I was away from my mom.
Hunter Deckers, with the most famous mullet in the stadium today, doing a nice job leading his team to a 17-7 advantage. Pardon me. Ewers is the guy with the mullet. Pardon me. Got my hair mixed up. Noel, the target there. Look at some famous mullets through the years. There they are. Gretzky.
Wow. Look at, is that a wig on Agassi?
That's full. That is a full body cloth right there.
I mean, he's got hair from his head all over his neck, too.
Bosworth had a bunch of colors in his too back in the day. 2nd and 10. Down the field, incomplete, intended for Noel. Had him open, too. Hunter Deckers misfiring. Sets up 3rd down and 10. How important for the Cyclones to hold on to possession of the ball here and keep it moving?
Yeah, it's huge, right? You know, you're here at DKR. Texas has gotten the momentum back. Hunter Deckers has actually played extremely well today, aside from a couple throws. The interception and that one right there where you see him miss. But he really needs to get this conversion. They bring in the motion, so he knows he's got a little bit of zone coverage on the back end as they're trying to bring some pressure.
Hutchinson is on the field. To the top part of your screen, one-on-one. Uh-oh. And he makes the catch. Clutch, money, cash, dinero. Working against Torrance Brooks.
I love it right there. Texas's defense actually gave them a decoy look and went and played man-to-man coverage and brought some pressure. And who does he go and find? His man beater, Xavier Hutchinson.
11-yard gain on the play. Gets it out. And it's caught again by Hutchinson. Working against Jaron Thompson. Boy, what a catch.
when you need a spark, why not go to your best player? They bring a corner blitz, leaving the receiver one-on-one with the safety. Hunter Dekkers recognizes it and gets it to him. That's high-level football right there, folks.
Silas between the tackles. Great run for another first down, and the momentum seized back by the Cyclones right now.
Uncle Mo is on the Cyclone side right now. They have this Texas defense in a spin cycle. Keep featuring the running game when you can, and keep getting the ball to Xavier Hutchinson.
Silas going to pick up a yard on the play. Second down and a long 9 coming up for the Cyclones, trying to make it 4 consecutive wins against Texas.
And you know, Iowa State had that slogan a few years ago that they said, 5-star culture beats 5-star players. And you're seeing this Texas defense has a lot of big-time players on it, but that man right there has his team motivated to come out in the second half to show that they're real culture.
And that's going to be a sack back at the 34-yard line. Dekkers swallowed.
And Mark, that right there is exactly what has been happening to Iowa State over the past few weeks. You're going to see Hunter Dekkers is in the pocket. Right there, you got to go, man. You got to run and get out. It's these debilitating sacks that have really killed their drives. Like, there's really not a lot of plays out there for 3rd and 17. In that situation, you're almost better throwing the ball out of bounds near one of your defenders or escaping the pocket 1 second a little earlier.
That was Texas's 15th sack of the season. 3rd and 17. Pass complete to Knoll. And that's going to be far short of the first down. Got a few back with a little over 7.5 to go. Matt Campbell thinking about their next move. And in comes the place kicking unit, led by Jace Gilbert, who's 9 of 12 coming into this game.
That's a good job there by Hunter Dekkers, not forcing anything into coverage. Give your team an opportunity to come away with 3 points, put it on the kicker's back, and see if Jace Gilbert can make this a 1-score game.
As long as 44, this is from 46. Nope. Pulled it to the left. After getting that big 3rd down conversion to move it to within the fringes of the red zone, the drive stalls out with a missed field goal. Plenty of work ahead for the Cyclones when we come back. We're in the middle part of October, and Iowa State is 16-5 in the month since 2017. In the months of August and September since 17, they're 11-11, and when the autumnal hues of October start to cascade across the plains, that's when they really turn up. They're 16-5 overall, going back to 17. Nice tackle in the open field behind the line of scrimmage by Chambers. 5 straight seasons with a winning conference record, 5 consecutive bowl games. Matt Campbell has done a great job at Iowa State. Of course, with the job that he's done, there's always going to be speculation about other schools encroaching on his whereabouts and where he might be in the future, inquiring about it. I'll just say it, he's a hot candidate, right? 2nd and 12.
He is a hot candidate, and he's a hot candidate because of what he's done here at Iowa State. He's got the best winning percentage in school history, and he talks about them being a principled program. It's about attitude. It's about playing expired, playing hard, and effort is between you and you. And right now he says their program is just missing a little bit of the precision that left with all of those storied players from last year, and they're trying to grow with this young group that they have right now.
On 3rd and 10, Ewers brought down short of the first down. There's the first time today I can remember saying Will McDonald makes the tackle. Gain of 3 on the play, but McDonald closing in on that school record I mentioned a moment ago. Puts the cap on a 3 and out. for Texas.
And it's not a sack because they did gain yards there.
Right.
But it is a stop. And if you're Iowa State, it's 17-7. Your defense comes out, makes Texas go 3 and out. That is exactly what the doctor ordered for them.
Trejo with the punt. Noel back there watching it bounce, and the Cyclones are going to have good starting field position at about their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10 with 5:04 to go in the third quarter after the 31-yard punt. We'll see what Hunter Dekkers does when we return.
We focus our attention on Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium as we honor those who serve. Brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. The University of Texas student body decided to dedicate the stadium in honor of Texans that lost their lives who fought in World War I. The year was 1924. The original capacity was 27,000. The stadium has since been rededicated to honor veterans of all wars. And they packed 105,000 in here earlier in the year, Mark, in that game against Alabama.
And it's grown a lot.
That is Littlefield Fountain, designed by Italian-born sculptor Pompeo Copini back in 1933. 40-foot, 3 concentric pools made of bronze, dedicated to those who fought in World War I. Occasionally, they'll find some reptiles, alligators, detergent, and soap, maybe a term paper in there.
Kind of reminds me of Trevi Fountain in Rome. It looks very similar. Has some overtones of that. 2nd and 2. Over the middle, caught, complete, and on the move. No way, they're going to catch him. Touchdown, Iowa State. He beat Austin Jordan on the slant and cribbed it 54 yards.
Ooh, buddy. We saw Ryan Watts go out the game early, and you asked me, hey, should they go after his backup, Austin Jordan? You bet it. Right there, Jalen Noel climbs the ladder, puts some sauce on it, and lets them know, hey, man, your name might be Jordan, but you ain't playing like him right now.
Got him. And an extra point away from making it a field goal game with 4:27 to go. Texas Longhorns, remember what happened in the second half. That extra point just inside that left upright. They remember what happened, Texas did last year in the second half. It was a close game up in Ames until the Cyclones took over. And that was a career-long 54-yard catch and run.
Yeah, so what you're going to see is Jalen Noel is going to run a slant, play-action slant. And now watch all these guys, right? All those guys. Watch this play-action fake in the backfield. Draws them up, and then you hit it right behind him. That vision call from the quarterback to the wide receiver is clear as all day. And then Jalen Noel does the rest. When you get the ball in space, speed in space always wins the race.
Jalen Noel with his 2nd touchdown catch today. He's telling that Texas secondary, I'm going to treat you like corduroy and wear you out.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing.
That is exactly what he did right there.
Under 4.5 minutes to go. How do the Longhorns counter now? We'll be back in 8 seconds. We're going to stay right here. From the 4. Robinson. Now let me take this break. We'll be back in 8 seconds. Now a look from Ram Trucks.
Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Back here, 1st and 10 for Texas from its own 22-yard line. Longhorns up by a field goal. You know, you talk about culture change. The journey has just begun. Our head coach, Steve Sarkisian. But there are some very positive signs when you look at not just on the football field during the game, but in the interim. 1st down and 10. Pass complete. And a 1st down to Worthy. I'll tell you what I mean, folks. Earlier this week, Rashawn Johnson on Wednesday got his teammates back out on the field to run extra gassers and sprints because he said, guys, the locker room is a mess. We have to do better. And the details, that's the secret sauce for Steve Sarkisian in building something new here at Texas. And there's the guy that catalyzed it. Robinson with a cutback.
And yeah, Mark, you talk about that and the culture change. Sarkisian told us that he felt like he wasn't as connected with his football team last year. So he went and visited with Sean McVay. He went and talked with author John Gordon and decided that this year their motto would be we, not me. And anytime you have your best players that are embodying that motto, whether it's Bijan Robinson, Rashawn Johnson, it makes everybody else fall in line. So if your best players are buying into the culture, then your culture's good.
And here's one of their best players, Bijan Robinson, who because of his skill and because of his great talents on the football field and his engaging personality off the field has attracted a lot of people around the game. This is his 5th consecutive 100-plus yard rushing game. So the beat goes on for Bijan Robinson.
And despite the rushing challenges earlier, he's averaging 5.4 yards a rush, and this is his 14th career 100-yard rushing game. That's impressive.
3rd and 1. And they pick up the first down. Robinson again.
Bijan Robinson. The name Bijan means hero. His heroes, his grandfather, Cleo Robinson, and his mom, Lamore. Jones, you mentioned his engaging personality. He wants to be an actor. He's a radio, TV, and film major. The Shakespeare class he loved about Macbeth, but the acting classes he will take are in the spring.
Well, as Hamlet would say, the play is the thing. You're talking about Shakespeare. He's acting like a big-time running back, and that is a big-time drop by Kane.
Oh, my.
He smoked an easy reception.
Casey Kane got overthrown earlier in this game, or should I say thrown behind, and right here, look at all the green between him and the end zone. He tried to catch it 3 times. Man, I know he's kicking himself because the ball doesn't come his way very often. But when it does, you got to make the play, Casey Kane.
He's walking that green mile back to the sideline. Still a 3-point game. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Ewers with a clean pocket and incomplete. Trying to find his safety valve. Rashawn Johnson, the guy that ordered his teammates to run with him because the locker room is not clean a couple of days ago. Here's your Week 6 Monday Night Football matchup. Another AFC West showdown. Broncos, Chargers, SoFi Stadium. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN. Deportes and the APRA coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6. What's up with the Rams, partner? You're going to be there. What's up?
Oh, I mean, well, the Rams aren't playing good right now either, but...
the Chargers.
The Chargers have turned things around a little bit, but the Broncos, man. Oh, Russell Wilson, they are trying to figure it all out, and they got to in a hurry.
The pass overthrown again. High and incomplete for Milton. And it's going to be 4th down with a little under 2 minutes to go. Sarkisian imploring his quarterback, encouraging him.
Yeah, you could hear a pin drop in here right now. Yeah. Texas has the lead. They're up 17-14, but there doesn't seem like either team right now is trying to really grab the reins of mojo and make it theirs.
The punt from Trail. And Noel calls for the fair catch. Well, let's go back to the studio.
Mark, updating you here is our early window. And how about Auburn coming back? It's right now 28-24 over on ESPN. Ole Miss attempting a field goal. Oklahoma doubling up Kansas on ESPN2. Old Dominion up by 21 points against Coastal on the road on ESPNU. And Miami in control 17-0 against Virginia Tech. Start the second half there on ESPN3. Back to you.
Oklahoma raising up on Kansas. How surprised are you about that one?
A little surprised after what we saw that 49 record last week.
About that? Here's Silas taking it over the right side of the offensive line. Hufford and Miller. Nothing much doing. Got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and still about 10 to go. The strength of this Texas defense, we're told by the coaching staff, is just the fact that they play together well. Playing harder and faster than they were a season ago. And we talk about good misses versus bad misses in their tackling. 2nd and 9. Pass complete underneath to Knoll, but swallowed and engulfed immediately by Barron. Good tackle. No missing there on the tackling. Gain of 2.
Yeah, the Barron laid down the law on that one for sure. But wow, you talk about the 49-0 from last week against Oklahoma. First time Texas has shut them out since 1965. Largest shutout in Sooner program history. It was all bad, but that's why college football is week to week. Here we go, 3rd and 8.
Deckers over the middle. Caught. First down out near the 47, and still on his feet is Dimitri Stanley. Big time conversion and a great delivery by Hunter Deckers for 18 yards.
Guys, I said Hunter Decker would have to have a big day today if Iowa State was going to have an opportunity to win. And right now he is dealing. Every time they need a play, he is Johnny on the spot making the throws.
Hutchinson to the top of your screen for Iowa State. Number 8.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter.
45 minutes in the books here in Austin, Texas. Big Bertha, cannons, drums, football tradition here in Austin. But for the coach, the number 1 priority is the scoreboard. Back with the 4th right after this. Iowa State trying to make it 4 consecutive wins against Texas. We've already documented their success in the month of October going back to 2017. The last win was one that really stuck with Texas, 30-7 a season ago. Each of the Longhorn players we spoke with brought that up first in the meeting.
Yeah, they're trying to get their bike back. They've been bullied the last 3 times.
Well, Debo has the ball right now with the bicycle. And a first down catch by Hanukkah. Picked up 13 on the play. He was working against Crawford, the safety.
Yeah, everyone's worried about Xavier Hutchinson, and then there's Deshaun Hanukkah sneaking down the middle of the field.
Quick out pattern complete. That's Dimitri Stanley. Gain of about 5, working against Jamison. The tempo game has gone pretty well for them so far today, right?
Yeah, it has. And like we said on the other side with Texas using tempo, it just keeps the defense off balance. So they're standing there at the line of scrimmage wondering when the next play is going to get run. It could be a huddle. It could be a check with me. Whatever it is, the thing that I love that Iowa State is doing is they are spreading the ball around to more guys. It's not just the Xavier Hutchinson show today, even though he's got great numbers.
He's down at the bottom of your screen. They keep it on the ground, though. That's Eli Sanders out of Oceanside, California, the redshirt freshman. He's going to leave about a 3rd down and 2. What are you thinking in terms of a play call here?
Well, we just saw their kicker miss one, so it's 2-down territory.
Okay.
I like another run here, and I would go to try to get to the perimeter because of those big 340-pounders that Texas has on the interior. Try to make those big boys run a little bit and run the ball here, knowing that you're possibly going to go for it on 4th down if you don't get it as well.
We're talking about Devontae Swift that you saw on your screen a moment ago. 3rd and 2. Cyclones trying to keep the drive alive. They try the middle, and it works. Norton with the first down moves the chains with a 3-yard pickup. Katavius Norton out of Waycross, Georgia, moves the chains. Down to the 31.
And they realized that one of those big boys wasn't in there anymore, so Katavius Norton runs over his own guy. Trevor Downing in the hole says, "Get out of my way. I got to get this first down." These Cyclones are trying to bring the storm.
It's his business. Decker, meanwhile, is connected on his last 8 straight passes. into traffic and overthrown dangerously so. Jaron Tomlinson almost had an interception.
Yeah, Jaron Thompson tried to track that one like a wide receiver. I like the aggressiveness there.
Okay.
You go for it, you get a third down conversion, you come out on first down, you take a shot deep down the field. Listen, guys, the only way to win and score points is if you're trying to win and score points. So now they need to get at least half of this yardage on 2nd and 10 so they can be in a favorable third down.
So aggression is good.
It can
2nd
be.
and 10.
It can be.
Stanley in motion to the top of your screen. Lead blocker, but it didn't matter. Nowhere to go for Sanders, and it sets up a 3rd down and long. Ojimo making the tackle on the play. And this is a pivotal down for Iowa State. If nothing else, you don't want to lose yards because at the 34-yard line, you're looking at, what, a 51-yarder?
Exactly. You got to get some yardage here to make Coach feel comfortable kicking a field goal. Well, let's give Moro Ojimo some credit there. He had a tracking device on that ball right there, getting into the backfield and getting him for that tackle for loss.
Block in the backfield, single back formation. 4 receivers. Down the sideline, open and caught by Hutchinson. Mr. Clutch, Hutchinson.
Like I said earlier, every time Iowa State needs a play, they either go to Xavier Hutchinson or Hunter Dekkers makes a play. And right there, Hutchinson going up using all 6'3" of his frame to make that catch and keep him on the field.
Over 100 yards receiving today for him. Brock on the run. Richardson made the tackle. That gain was for 21 yards. Boy, we got to take another look at this.
Yeah, you hear people talk about catch radius, and it's how can this guy catch the ball outside of his frame? When you're jumping up on that field, not a lot of great things can happen. But he's showing I'm putting it all on the line for my team. They found their X, and he's going to work for them.
That's a catch that former All-American Iowa State star Tyrese Halliburton would be proud of. 2nd and 9, high snap. And he throws it away. Incomplete. Intended for Sean Shaw, so 3rd and long. Well within field goal range, but they got to be thinking maybe a little bit more the way they move the ball down the field on this drive.
Yeah, they have, but if you're Hunter Dekkers, protect the football here. Okay, your kicker should make this kick from this close.
Okay.
Don't force anything into the end zone that you don't have to. We saw him throw the interception earlier to Jalen Ford. Be smart with the football, but yet still be aggressive if the throw is there.
Norton in the backfield. And he's going to take off. Dekkers sprints, scores, Cyclones.
What was one of the keys earlier, Mark?
Using his legs.
Use his legs. Be a timely runner, Hunter Dekkers. And right there, he drops back to pass. The defense is in man coverage, running all over the place. And he's timely using his legs to get down the middle of the field for the touchdown.
You mentioned timely, Robert. Just his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, the 4th of his career. And a deafening silence falling over the stadium here in Austin, Texas, with just under 11 minutes to go.
And right here, you see him. Little flash fake to the running back. He's looking. He makes the decision to go down the middle, and he says, deck the halls. Iowa State is in front.
I can see it in your eyes.
21-17, and welcome back to college football, presented by Arby's. An intriguing finish coming up as Iowa State tries to make it 4 wins in a row against Texas. Just taking their 2nd lead of the afternoon. And Robinson We'll watch it go out the back of the end zone. Let's check in with the studio.
Time now for a mayhem moment brought to you by Allstate after stopping Penn State on 4th down. Big House, here's the big playbook.
Yeah, Michigan already over 300 yards rushing. Nice cut there by Blake Corum. Tight end came across and sealed the edge.
61 yards to the house, 154 yards on the ground. Michigan up 31-17. Reminding you, we're getting ready for an undefeated showdown in the Big 12, Dan.
Spencer Sanders played in some big games, and this is another big one for him to go perform.
And wait, TCU hosting Oklahoma State. That's our next game here on ABC. Back to you, Mark.
10:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Texas trying to improve to 5-2. Their 2 losses, remember, have come by a combined just 4 points. One of those against Alabama. This is Bijan Robinson. You notice, Robert, he'll give you a lot of yak. He'll take that first hit and keep the legs moving and pick up another 2 or 3 yards a lot of time.
Yeah, Bijan seems to always be falling forward, so he gets a lot of yards after contact in the running game. And then the yak you speak about in the passing game, he's just lethal, man. When you get this guy matched up on safeties and linebackers, it's unfair. So I think his star is only continuing to climb, and he's improved his pass blocking. And they need him right now to show up big on this drive.
21 rushes, 109 yards. Going to try and add to the total here. And he does. Double-digit gain. Quick feet. Twitchy. Picked up 15.
Yeah, those moves right there look like the moves that we saw in our meeting yesterday. Right here, you see him go with the in and out. There's the in and out with the cut. And then he showed me that going back outside and getting vertical. And he does it to the guy, gives him the stiff arm. And then last but not least, you see him just using the speed to get to the outside on the edge. He never wants the first guy to tackle him. And you saw it right there on that run.
You glad you didn't play defense against him?
Oh, no doubt. I ain't played defense in like 7th grade.
Well, this time they switch it up with Rashawn Johnson. Johnson breaks a tackle and puts up another first down. 6'2", 222 pounds. They've got a lot of ordnance in the backfield. 14-yard gain. Weaponry. Ammunition. And Burton Orange.
Yeah.
But right now they trail by 4.
Yeah, you can call those backs in the backfield the law firm. Robinson, and Johnson, with Brooks trying to become a partner.
1st and 10. Johnson still in the backfield. Here he is. Got into space and takes the defender. Flair allowed for a nice little ride. No bus ticket needed. He said, come along. Yeah. And what a block up front by Jake Majors. Another first down. Picked up 16.
Yeah, we do have to show this offensive line some love, because although it was tough sledding early in the game and with the running the ball, now you're seeing all those dividends pay off late in the game as they're starting to move the line of scrimmage back against this very, very talented and very stout Iowa State defense.
Big discrepancy there in rushing yards in this half. Robinson again. Tiptoes between the tackles and picks up about 4 on the play. Bijan Robinson, a great teammate, too, because with one of his NIL deals, he gave out 3 high-tech, noise-canceling, bass-thumping headphones to all of his teammates.
Yeah, and let me show you why. He gave him those headphones. It's because this offensive line has really, really been moving things for him. So you're going to see all these guys making these blocks, sealing off. And look at that hole. Look how big that hole is for him to run through, because his offensive line is doing their job.
Yeah, you got to treat him right. Coming back the other way into the boundary, Robinson stopped up for, well, no gain on the play. Jerry Vaughn making the tackle. Richard Senior out of Atlanta. 3rd down coming up. A little over 7.5 minutes to go.
And I know some people are wondering, like, why is Texas going so slow right now? Well, their defense just got a touchdown scored on them. They're moving the ball effectively and efficiently out of the huddle right now. So they're trying to give their defense some rest, but also run the clock down and operate at a high level in crucial points of the game. They want everybody to know what they're doing and why they're doing it.
They're 4th 10 on 3rd down today. They set up a screen. Robinson inside the 10, first and goal, Texas.
Just a phenomenal job of Bijan Robinson setting up his blocks here, right? Patient to get out on the screen, sets up the big fellas, makes the guy miss. Like we said, the first guy never tackles him. And our guy Q earlier said that Bijan's name means hero. But right now, the defense thinks he's a villain.
13-yard pickup. First and goal. Johnson in the backfield. Nice little stutter step, ran over a defender. And he planted a Cyclone defender into the turf. Anthony Johnson got buried and plowed.
Yes, listen to this hit. Well, McDonald actually got away with a little face mask there at the end of that play. But hey, I'd be face masking him too if he did my guy like that. Put that man on.
Johnson, that dude lifts weights. He lifts weights for sure. Sweat in the ball game now, playing tight end. Jumbo package. Robinson still has feet. Lunging short of the end zone. They're going to spot it at around the 1. Orion Vance swiped at his legs and helped make the tackle.
I mean, what a spectacular couple-yard run right there by Bijan Robinson. Cuts off one guy, stiff arms the other, and almost scores a touchdown. I mean, people, we're watching one of the best backs in the country right now, and it's not close.
Third and goal. Robinson, the deep back, gets the call and stumped. The intransigence of this defense in a timely manner continues for Iowa State. Vaughn there, along with Frailer. And it's fourth and goal. Under 5 minutes to go, and the offense on the field.
Well, you know, when we talked to defensive coordinator John Haycock, he told us, we got to make Texas earn everything they get. Fourth and goal, the game on the line, they're going to make them earn it.
College football on ABC is presented by Arby's. Arby's, we have the meats.
Late in the fourth quarter here, our next night of top-ranked boxing tonight. Melbourne, Australia. American Devin Haney is the undisputed lightweight champion, squares off against Aussie George Kambosos Jr. the second time. Down under in the main event, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. ESPN, Deportes, and ESPN Plus. A defining moment right here for the Texas Longhorns. A field goal does them no good. Down by 4. Rashawn Johnson in the backfield. Fourth and goal. Ewers into the end zone. Touchdown, Wallaby. Pitch and catch for fun. They made that look easy.
Yes, they did. When you play defense like Iowa State, it gives you one-on-one matchups on the outside. Xavier Worthy, comes inside where the guy has help, and then he gets it back out so smooth with it. And there's Sarkisian knowing, hey, they're going to have some inside help on Xavier Worthy in the red zone. But if I can get this guy to just sell this route for a few steps, he'll be wide open on the outside and have everybody singing, Worthy, Worthy, Worthy.
Hey, it's not first Sunday, but I'm ready for that altar call, man. Hayden Connor is the injured player, meanwhile, who's slow to get up. While we have a moment, folks, UFC Fight Night tonight from Apex in Las Vegas with our women's flyweight main event. The prelims start at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, followed by the main card at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN Plus. To get, go to ESPNplus.com or download the ESPN app. Was that Lecrae? Who was that?
Oh, okay. I hear you shouting out Lecrae.
Who was that? But what a pass and catch, and what a cut by Xavier Worthy. I
yes.
mean, sold it inside, Robert, and came back. And we talked about his speed and quickness. I asked him about his high school 100-meter time. He said he was a 10.5 guy.
Yeah, he was a 10.5 guy as a sophomore in high school because he missed his junior and senior years of track due to COVID or, maybe not wanting to run that last year. But the number one thing he said he worked on this offseason with the strength staff and his coaches was his strength at the top of the route. He is known as a deep threat guy. He likes to watch Deshaun Jackson play and Tavon Austin. These are guys that usually get hands-on and they start having trouble. But Xavier Worthy right there got that man's hands off him to score that touchdown, his second of the day.
So the extra point is good. Makes it a field goal lead for Texas. The Longhorns 4:43 away from breaking that losing streak against Iowa State. Look at the numbers where X marks the spot. Pretty much even, Robert. What do the numbers tell you?
Yeah, the numbers are telling me that Xavier Hutchinson is doing a much better job getting yards per catch. But watch Xavier Worthy here. Hit him with the whip route. Go in, come back out. And then he's telling his guys, hey, man, I hit him with the whip. And then I nay-nay for the touchdown.
Bearcats called it the 5-yard line. Let's check in with the studio.
All right, let's go back to Oxford, and Auburn's not going away here, Dan. Here's Robbie Ashford.
Yeah, they keep battling. They hang in there and good patience in the pocket, and then he's a good athlete. Uses his legs to get in the end zone.
One touchdown game, start of the fourth quarter over on ESPN. Coming your way on ABC. Mike Gundy, Sonny Dykes, Oklahoma State, TCU undefeated, Boog.
Yeah, can TCU's offensive line protect Max Duggan? Only 7 sacks given up this year. Oklahoma State loves to get after the QB.
Mark, we're expecting a ton of fireworks. Back to you.
Time for Iowa State to exercise the demons of their season so far. That would be narrow misses, close losses, and a season-defining drive for that guy, Hunter Deckers, who scrambles for a few yards. Their 3 losses this year have been by a total of just 11 points.
And their last 2 losses by a total of 4. I mean, yeah, both of these teams really have lost a lot of close games. When you look at Hunter Deckers right there on that play, that's what they've been asking from him. Hey, when it's not there, get out and go. Use your legs. 2nd and 7 is a lot easier as a play caller than 2nd and 10.
Norton in the backfield. They keep it on the ground. He cuts back over the 30. Going to be right at the 30. Going to leave a 3rd down and about 5 to go. Let's see which X has the last say. Is it Hutchinson or Worthy? Hutchinson on the field right now.
And everyone in the stadium knows that's who they want to throw the football to. So how is Tom Manning going to use that to his advantage? You're going to see him right now. They're going to use a bunch set to try to get this down here. This bunch set is a focal point for what they want to do with Hutchinson at the top.
Over the middle, complete, but short of the first down. Hanukkah brought down by Jalen Ford. 4th down, and it's like about 2 to go. That line, of course, just an approximation, albeit a very good one.
Guys, they drew that play up to be thrown at Xavier Hutchinson, and Hunter Deckers missed him there. They brought him underneath, brought a bunch of decoys across the field, and if he had thrown it to Hutchinson, they'd have a first down right now. Probably be about near midfield with his run after the catch ability. Now they're sitting here in a 4th and 2. Once again, watch this guy right here.
Deckers to pass. Got a man. What a grab. Who else? Hutchinson converts on the 4th down to move the chains. With just under 3 minutes to go, picks up 15, Robert.
If you're the Cyclones, whenever you need a play, this is the guy you go to. He fights through the route, not even expecting the ball really, and still makes the play for him.
Deckers taking a shot wide open. It's room service. And couldn't make the squeeze. Never in a million years would you believe that he would drop that.
Every young wide receiver out there, I want you to watch what he does at the very end of this catch. He leaves his feet for no apparent reason. He could have caught that, backpedaled into the end zone, but he jumps, and that little
they got to forget that and get to the next play. You don't want the same play to beat you twice. Pass incomplete for Silas. Hutchinson, meanwhile, on the sidelines fixing his hat.
Yeah, and you see that C on his chest? He's their captain. Right now, Hunter Dekkers, the quarterback, has to overcome this wave of momentum when your best player doesn't make a play. You can't let that trickle into 2, 3, 4 negative plays. He has to step up right here and make this 3rd and 10 so this team has a fighting chance.
Iowa State takes their first charge timeout of the half. Timeout on the field.
How do you process moments like this? Not with morbid reflection or regret. You dig into inspiration and motivation, and that's what Matt Campbell has done with his top receiver, Xavier Hutchinson. And now we get another answer. Can they convert? Yes, they do, and they go right back to him. There's your answer, down to the 32-yard line. With 2:24 to go, Hutchinson responds.
Mark just showed you the coach and the quarterback saying, hey, Xavier, we're going to need you. We need you to let that one go. And what did he do? 3rd and 10, comes up with the big route and the conversion.
And keep it on the ground. Bring it into the middle field. Ball came loose. He put it on the ground. Let's see who has it. It was a big hit. Stormo signal, and we have a player checking up. Texas football. Anthony Cook made the hit on the play. Let's take another look as Dekkers put the ball on the ground with the fumble.
Oh, that's targeting, guys. Oh, that's targeting if I've ever seen it.
That's maybe what Coach Campbell was alluding to with his gestures towards the officials.
And you see
the
Texas
field of the runner now prior to the ball coming loose is under further review.
You know, Mark,
We're going to see if he was down first.
So let's see if he was down here. Hunter Dekkers, knees down. He is down, so it doesn't look like it'll be a fumble.
That was close.
It'll be close. We can go back and look at it one more time just to see if the ball is moving at all. When he goes down, it's kind of hard to see from that angle. You can see the helmet-to-helmet hit and Dekker grabbing his helmet, which is just a scene you hate for him and his family and this team. Here it is again. There's the hit.
Cook with the big hit to jar it loose. And here's the reaction from Coach Campbell. I mean,
yeah. Coach Campbell's concerned for his player. He's telling the ref.
Yeah.
That's a hit to the head. We talk about launching. We talk about lowering the crown of your helmet and hitting them there. And all of those things were there for Anthony Cook on that hit. And I just hate seeing that.
Let's see if his knee had touched, too. His knee is down right there. That looked like that's
Guys,
not indisputable.
It looks simultaneous.
Yeah, that's not indisputable.
We can go frame by frame here. Knees not, now the knee's down, balls
kind of coming out.
Balls coming out.
You think so?
Yeah, it looks like knees down there, balls coming out. It's almost simultaneous, guys. You can see it. Watch his knee. Knees down. Ball is already shifting. It's moving. So that looks like a fumble. But the bigger issue is the targeting call that wasn't there. And Anthony Cook using the crown of his helmet to hurt Hunter Dekkers. Like I said, I can't speak it enough. Like, that's why we want the helmet out of football. Because the quarterback or any runner, the helmet can be used as a weapon. We saw this earlier in the offseason with Aaron Donald slinging helmets around at practice. Now you got a guy running full speed at you.
Boy, they're taking a while on this one. Justifiably so. But remember, the standard is there must be indisputable video evidence to overrule the call on the field, which was fumble and Texas football with the recovery by the defense. Looks like they've reached their decision. I don't think it was indisputable.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It's first down, Texas.
And Coach Campbell is incensed, enraged. You can understand his fury. Not quite Greeny time, but 2:06 to go. Iowa State with 2 timeouts remaining. One more look at that crucial fumble by Ewert. Pardon me, by Deckers.
Now, here's the thing that we can't see. Right here, this hit, is that to his helmet or to his shoulder?
Looked like he hit the shoulder.
If he hit the shoulder, then I retract everything I said about the targeting call. It's a hard view to see whether or not he hit him in the head. But if he hit him in the shoulder, then it is a clean hit. And Texas has the ball rightfully. That was a fumble.
Yeah, that's why they always defer to the call on the field. Robinson, between the tackles, puts up about 3, and Campbell going to burn one of his 2 remaining timeouts.
Iowa State takes their second charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds in left.
Rankings are brought to you by AT&T 5G. Texas ranked 22 coming into the game today. And a look at the top 10.
Yeah, and this matchup right here, Alabama, Tennessee.
Right.
Can the Volunteers go out there and show the Crimson Tide that they're real players in the SEC?
Bro, you going to give me that prediction on Florida State and Clemson, or are you just going to run from that because of family ties?
No, listen, Clemson is the team to win that game.
Okay.
Florida State has done a really nice job this season of mixing it up.
Right.
But that defense that Clemson has allowed their offense to kind of work out a lot of the kinks that they had earlier in the year. And DJ Uiagalelei has really started playing the 1s and 2s like people thought he would last year. So I've been very impressed with him.
He's spinning. 2nd and 6 for Texas. That dude, Bijan Robinson.
Iowa State takes their 3rd and final charge timeout of the half.
He can pick up 3 yards in a phone booth. Let's go back to the studio.
Mark, reminding our audience, we've got a Big 12 showdown. Undefeated Max Duggan has been fantastic for TCU, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, 300 yards passing, 50 yards rushing in each of the last 2 games. I mean, he has been putting on a show with his arm and his legs.
I'm trying to figure out if I like these uniforms from TCU. Throw a little
Make a statement.
I like that little red pop there with the purple.
Let's put the frog on the jersey and be done with it.
All over the jersey, just cover it
Just
up.
one big frog.
Back to you guys.
Yeah, we had a nice little impromptu visit with former TCU coach Gary Patterson yesterday in the parking lot here in Austin, Texas. Looking good. Meanwhile, Coach Campbell is out of timeouts with 1:54 to go. And told you he was hotter than July after that call that was ruled a fumble. Rashawn Johnson in the backfield. The biggest of the troika of backs. Oh, picks up the first down, and that should do it. Interminable, invariable effort by Johnson.
Yeah, but he doesn't get this without Jordan Whittington picking him up and pushing him for the first down.
Oh, he knows it's over. Yeah.
And I can't wait to hear Matt Campbell's post-game presser, because the fire he had right there for some of the calls that happened at the end of the game, you can tell he's disappointed.
Man, who was that? Was that Whittington that grabbed his teammate and gave him a hand there? Who was that to hold him around?
Yeah,
it was
Jordan
Whittington. I got to take him through TSA pre-check with me and push me through like that, because that's a heck of a move, and I'd be smiling too as Texas is going to snap that bilious 3-game losing streak against the Cyclones.
And you know, Mark, another big game for Bijan Robinson. The guy seems to only produce great games.
Right.
And one of his mentors is Matthew McConaughey, because they said he wants to be an actor when it's all said and done. And today, he had an Oscar-worthy performance as one of the best backs in the country.
Leading role. And that's going to do it. This one is cooked, glazed, and sliced, folks. The Brain Trust about to meet at midfield. And another close loss for Iowa State as Texas snaps that losing streak against the Cyclones. 4 losses by a total of 14 points now this season for Iowa State. But that guy had a moment of redemption. Hutchinson with that big catch before the fumble. Q had a word with Coach Campbell. Q, what's up down there?
Yeah, another close loss for the Cyclones. Coach Campbell walking off. You know, I've never seen him that upset. He wanted the hit on Decker's reviewed for targeting. It wasn't. Game over. Just one of those things.
Great job, Q. I saw him motion to the head as if that's what he wanted, and it certainly turned out to be. Nice game by Hunter Dekkers, but not quite enough. Ewers, meanwhile, at the helm, showing great sovereignty over that offense today. And what a finish. 24-21, Texas wins. College football scoreboard coming up next, followed by Oklahoma State and TCU. For Clint Kesnick, Robert Griffin III, and our entire talented crew behind the camera you never get a chance to see, I'm Mark Jones. Right now, let's go back to the studio.